Hello everyone and welcome to Barca News. It's January 18th, 2023 and Barcelona have officially reached an agreement with Atletico Madrid for the transfer of Memphis Depay. Also, the club have announced the signing of the Argentinian Wonderkid Lucas Roman, and Ter Stegen is currently the best goalkeeper in the top 5 European leagues. We have a lot to discuss, so let's begin. Hello everyone and welcome to Barca News. My name is Mo and preparations are still underway as Barcelona are scheduled to face off against Ceuta in the round of 16 of the Copa del Rey tomorrow, Thursday, January the 19th. And Barcelona have now announced all the players that will be traveling to participate in this match. And those players are Ter Stegen, Héctor Bellerín, Sergio Busquets, Ousmane Dembélé, Pedri, Robert Lewandowski, Ansu Fati, Ferran Torres, Iñaki Peña, Andreas Christensen, Marcos Alonso, Jordi Alba, Frank Kessie, Sergi Roberto, Rafinha, Jules Koundé, Eric Garcia, Alejandro Valde, Xavi, Pablo Torre, Arnau Tenas, and Alarcón. Now, it was initially expected that neither Ronald Araujo nor Pedri are gonna be traveling with the team because Xavi had decided to rest both players, but it's now being confirmed that only Ronald Araujo will be staying behind and Pedri will still travel with the team. But we're gonna have to see whether Xavi is gonna decide to play Pedri or rest him, because after all, Pedri has been playing a lot of minutes as of late, especially in the Spanish Super Cup, where the match against Real Betis went all the way to the penalty shootout, and where the match against Real Madrid took a lot of intensity and a lot of fatigue on the players. Now, in the pre-match conference, Xavi spoke about Ceuta and about the feeling of the team, and he said, "Our objective is to win titles, so we want to play a good game. Show our dominance against this side. They are 2 categories lower, but we saw already against Intercity that these teams can push us into extra time. Now is another great test for us to give this success some continuity. We are in a good moment right now. We won a final, it gave us great feelings, but now we need to continue." Now, I must agree with Xavi with this assessment because even though Ceuta are 2 divisions under Barcelona, this is still gonna be a challenging match as we saw against Intercity, and especially taking into consideration that Ceuta have already eliminated Elche, who do play in the 1st division. Now, this match could also be difficult when you take into consideration the new format of the Copa del Rey, where only 1 match is played, and this match will be away, and a lot of these lower division teams are come out very motivated to prove themselves. So this match could get complicated and could get difficult for Barcelona. So it's very important that the team not get too overconfident, and it's also important that they maintain their intensity all throughout the match. Now, Xavi was asked about the report that Arsenal were interested in signing Rafinha, and he said, "I try to be clear with my players. I'm very happy with them. I don't want anyone to leave. I'm happy with the squad, super happy with the atmosphere. The other thing is if a player wants to leave, I want to understand his situation. If players want to play more, I understand that." Now, this seems to confirm what I've been reporting on in my past videos, that Xavi doesn't want to see any players leaving during a winter transfer market because he considers that any player leaving right now would be weakening the squad, especially since Barcelona are not going to be able to sign any new players given the strict financial fair play rules. So it's going to be highly unlikely that any players leave during this transfer market. However, it will be a different story in the summer transfer market, which is when Barcelona are expected to offload players in order to lower their wage bill so they can make new signings. Now, one exception to this will be, of course, Memphis Depay, because it's being reported that Barcelona have reached an official agreement for the transfer of the Dutch forward to Atletico de Madrid. Now, as I reported in yesterday's video, Memphis Depay had reached a personal agreement with the Madrid-based club. But it's being reported now that Barcelona have also reached agreement with Atletico de Madrid for the loan of Memphis Depay until the end of the season. Now, Atletico de Madrid have agreed to cover the entire salary of Memphis Depay, and they have also agreed to pay Barcelona a €4 million transfer fee, including variables. Now, I believe that this is a great business deal for Barcelona because after all, Memphis Depay only had 5 months left on his contract, and it was going to be very difficult to try to get money for a player who has so little left on his contract. And in fact, all the clubs interested in Memphis Depay wanted to take him for free. So it's a good success for Barcelona. They were able to get €4 million for a player that most clubs didn't want to pay any money for. Now, this business transaction is also good when you take into consideration that this is not a permanent transfer, this is a loan. And usually when clubs take the players on loan, they don't pay a loan fee. And even when they do, it's a small fee. And for the fact that Barcelona were able to get 4 million euros, this is a good business transaction. And more so when you take into consideration that Memphis Depay arrived for free at the club. So this will be complete profit for FC Barcelona. Now, the club have confirmed that they have no intention to sign any players with the money that they have earned off this transaction. And instead, the club are going to use this money that they earn plus the money that they're going to save off the salary of Memphis Depay in order to register the contracts of Ronald Araujo and Gabi, two players who have already renewed their contracts with Barcelona, but the club had yet to register these contracts with La Liga. And as a result, both players were still earning salaries as they were players of the Barcelona reserve teams. Now on to the news that Barcelona have confirmed the signing of the Argentinian Wonderkid, Lucas Roman. Now, as I reported previously, Barcelona were very interested in signing Lucas Roman, who is described as a versatile left-footed attacker who can play both as a center forward and in the right wing. And a lot of footballing scouts are saying that he's one of the biggest promising talents coming out of Argentinian football. Barcelona have now confirmed that they have signed Lucas Roman from the Argentinian club Ferrocarril del Oeste. And even though it was initially expected that Barcelona was going to sign this player on loan until the remainder of the season, Barcelona have confirmed that they have signed Lucas Roman on a permanent basis until 2026, and they have added a 400 million euro release clause to his contract. Now, Lucas Roman will be joining Rafa Marquez's man, Barca Athletic. And I'm very excited about this signing because this is the kind of signings that Barcelona need to be making. Young players with a lot of promise who want to come to Barcelona to prove themselves and who can arrive at a low cost. Now on to the news that Ter Stegen is currently the best goalkeeper in the top 5 European leagues. Now Ter Stegen has only conceded 6 goals in 16 matches this season. And he's currently the goalkeeper with the least amount of goals conceded in La Liga, with Villarreal goalkeeper being in second place after conceding 13 goals. Now at the European levels, in the Premier League, Newcastle is the team with the least amount of goals conceded with 11. And when you look at the Bundesliga, it's Bayern Munich that has conceded the least amount of goals with 13 goals. And then when you look at the Ligue 1, it's Lens who have conceded the least amount of goals with also 13. And finally, we have Juventus who have only conceded 14 goals, and they are the team with the least amount of goals conceded in the Serie A. Now, this means that not only Ter Stegen has conceded the least amount of goals in Europe's top 5 leagues, but he has done so in a big margin where he only conceded 6 goals. And yet the remainder of the goalkeepers are already in the double digits. Now this is a testament to the huge improvement in the performance of Ter Stegen this season, because after all, he didn't have good performances in the last 2 seasons, and it was later discovered that it was due to a knee injury that he had been dealing with for quite some time that caused him pain and discomfort and also prevented him from doing any strength training. Now, Ter Stegen underwent a surgery on his knee at the end of last season, and he spent the entire summer recovering and rehabilitating, and that has shown clearly in his performance this season, where he's now fully fit and he's helping Barcelona continue their success. Now, Ter Stegen is currently on his way to win the first Zamora trophy, which is named after the legendary goalkeeper Ricardo Zamora, and it's given every season to the goalkeeper with the least amount of goals per matches. And this is the equivalent of the Pichichi Award, which is given to the striker with the most amount of goals at the end of the season. Now we will end today's video with the news that Barcelona midfielder Álvaro Sanz will be leaving during this winter transfer market. Now Álvaro Sanz is a 21-year-old midfielder who was playing with the Barca Athletic, and he had his first debut with the first team in January of 2022, and he later played 2 more matches with the first team. However, this player did not end up working out with the club, so he now will be leaving in the winter transfer market. Now, Álvaro Sanz's contract was set to expire at the end of the season. However, it's reported that he will be joining Mirandes, the second team division, during this winter transfer market, and he will be joining on a free transfer, but Barcelona will retain a percentage of any future sales. So that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give me a like. Also, I'd like to invite all of you to please leave a comment down below, giving me all your thoughts and opinions about all the news that I share with you. And finally, I would like to invite all of you to please subscribe to the channel so you can stay current on all the latest news in regards to our beloved club, FC Barcelona. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. And as always, Peace, Barca.